Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel stuck? Like you're trying to move forward in life, but no matter how hard you push, it feels like your wheels are spinning in the mud. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. But the truth is, feeling stuck doesn't mean you're broken. It just means you need the right tools to get moving again. That's why today I want to share with you the Catalyst system, 7 powerful productivity hacks that helped me break out of my own ruts and actually start seeing results. So grab a pen and paper because these aren't just theories. These are the exact methods I used to get unstuck, and I know they'll work for you too. I remember a time when my to-do list looked like a nightmare. I'd write down 20 things, cross off maybe 2, and end the day exhausted but guilty, because deep down I knew I hadn't moved closer to the life I wanted. One night, sitting at my desk staring at a half-finished project, I realized, this isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. That's when I started experimenting, little tweaks to my day, small shifts in how I worked, and slowly, piece by piece, I built what I now call the Catalyst system. It's called Catalyst because these hacks act like sparks. They ignite momentum when you feel stuck. Hack 1, the 2-minute activation. Let's start with something simple. Whenever you're procrastinating, tell yourself, I'll just do this for 2 minutes. That's it, 2 minutes. Here's the thing, your brain hates starting, but it doesn't mind continuing once you're in motion. I used this with workouts. Instead of saying I'll exercise for an hour, I told myself just 2 minutes of stretching. Guess what? Those 2 minutes often turned into 20. So write this down. Don't commit to the marathon, commit to the first 2 steps. That's the 2-minute activation. Hack 2, the rule of 3. I used to drown in endless to-do lists. The problem? Too many priorities equals no priority. Here's what I do now. Every morning I write down the 3 most important tasks. Not 10, not 20, just 3. And I focus on finishing those before I touch anything else. It sounds small, but it forces clarity. The day you stop trying to do everything, you actually start getting things done. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, ask yourself, what are my big 3 today? And lock in. Hack 3. Time boxing, okay. Next hack is one that literally saved me from burnout. Instead of working until I felt done, which usually meant hours of distraction, I started using time boxes. Here's how. I set a timer for 25-30 minutes, work with full focus, then take a 5-minute break. That's 1 box. After 3 or 4 boxes, I take a longer break. This structure gives your brain permission to rest and keeps you accountable. When I first tried this, I was shocked at how much I could finish in a few boxes. It's not about endless grinding, it's about controlled focus. Hack 4, energy mapping. Now this one completely changed my productivity. I realized my brain isn't equally sharp all day. My peak focus is in the morning, while afternoons are slower for me. So I started mapping my energy. Instead of wasting mornings on emails or scrolling, I put my hardest work in that time. And I save lighter tasks for when my energy naturally dips. If you pay attention, you'll see your own rhythm. Align your work with your energy, and suddenly, tasks that used to feel heavy become 10 times easier. Hack 5, the accountability trigger. Here's a confession. Left to myself, I break promises. But when someone's counting on me, whole different story. That's where the accountability trigger comes in. Tell someone your goal. Even better, make it public. When I wanted to start waking up early, I told a friend I'd text him a photo of my morning journal at 6 a.m. The thought of disappointing him was enough to drag me out of bed. You don't need to do this forever, but at the start, accountability can push you through the resistance. Write this down. If you can't do it alone, borrow discipline from someone else. That's the accountability trigger. Hack 6. The reset ritual. Sometimes productivity isn't about pushing harder, it's about pausing smarter. When I hit a wall instead of forcing myself through, I created a reset ritual. Mine is simple. Step outside, breathe deep, drink water, and stretch. 5 minutes later, I'm back at my desk with fresh energy. Yours might be a walk, a shower, or even music. But having a ritual reminds your brain, we're not stuck, we're resetting. And that tiny reset often unlocks the next wave of progress. Hack 7, the progress journal, last one, and honestly my favorite. At the end of the day, I take 5 minutes to write down what I accomplished. One small win I'm proud of, what I'll focus on tomorrow. This is the progress journal. Why does it work? Because instead of going to bed frustrated, you end your day seeing proof that you're moving forward, even if the steps were small. And when you stack those small wins day after day, that's when life starts to change. Now, here's the bigger picture. Productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. When you feel stuck, remember, you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need one catalyst, one spark, One small hack that gets the wheels turning again, and once you're in motion, staying in motion becomes so much easier. So here's my challenge for you. Pick just one of these hacks today. Not all 7, just one. Maybe it's the 2-minute rule. Maybe it's writing your big 3 tomorrow morning. Maybe it's starting a progress journal tonight. Do it today. Then tomorrow, do it again. Because productivity isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And if you stick with it, these breadcrumbs, these catalysts will add up to something massive. Remember this, you are not stuck. You are one small step away from momentum. And momentum is all you need to change your life.